Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well this Thursday. I'm here in LAX, or Los Angeles, the city of angels today. The next couple of days, actually. Excited to be here. Always enjoy Southern California, especially Los Angeles and San Diego area, although the two are completely separate, obviously. But be speaking tonight at the LA RIA Club. Very excited about me speaking there. A couple hundred real estate investors looking about notes. But tonight and today, specifically with you guys, there's a couple things I wanted to discuss. Is you have to know what your message is, and your message has got to be clear if you're going to communicate. I know a lot of people out there are networking, they're going out and meeting with real estate investors, they're starting to speak at their investment clubs and either special interest groups or starting to share at luncheons and things like that. And I see a lot of mixed messages. I see a lot of people that aren't sharing any messages. All right, that's always a frustrating aspect of things, as people are trying to figure things out. You know, what should I say? What do I talk about? What's your ultimate message? What do you want to accomplish? And my message changes a little bit depending on the audience that I'm with, the audience that I'm talking with. You know, where am I speaking at? If I'm speaking to a group of IRA investors at Quest IRA, my message is going to change a little bit versus speaking to somebody like at a real estate club tonight. If I'm speaking to investors that are one-on-one, it's going to change a little bit than if I'm speaking to somebody who has no experience in real estate. Okay? And you've probably heard me talk in the past. It's good to have 7 to 8 specific stories that you want to tell your audience. You want to have those in your hip pocket, have those in your holster when you're ready to share that. And it can be deals, it can be experiences, it can be good and bad, it can be borrowers, it could be your story, how you got started in what you're doing. And, you know, you've heard me talk about the 10, 20, 30 method. If you're speaking, you want to have 10 slides, and they take up 20 minutes and 30 point font. Well, there's basically five elements to your message that you're providing. It's going to vary a little bit on your aspect, but it really is basically, one's your intro. How do you get people to identify with you? What's your past? You know, what makes you an expert, or what helps make you identify with a group? Okay? That is really the most important part of it, because the last thing you want to do is like, I'm going to talk to you about notes tonight, you know, and have this long, drawn out experience stuff. That's the last thing you want. All right, you want to have something that's clear, concise. If you can make the audience laugh and separate yourself from everybody else, that's huge. That's extremely huge. You know, I always try to make the audience laugh in humor, because it gets them loosened up. And, you know, hey, I started off as a mortgage broker, mortgage banker. I started doing real estate investing and I fell flat on my face. I failed to begin with. It's one of the ways I usually start off saying. Who thousands of dollars each month in direct mail, get zero. You know, get a 4% return. You know, those are some of the simple things you can do. Well, I was down that road before, and here's how I changed. Here's how I learned better. Okay? Set yourself apart any way you can. It's a good thing. Now, 2, 3, and 4, your middle message is kind of you're getting your deal flow, your examples. You want to have case studies are a great way to have success about 3 major points along the way. Like mine is find, fun, flip. All right? There's other people that have find, fun, flip, flow, you know, fantasy, whatever it is. And that's great. But not everybody can digest 5 points in an hour and 15. So you try to keep it simple to 3 points. Here's how we find them, here's how we fund them, and here's the different exit strategies. Try to keep it simple. KISS method is extremely important when you're speaking to a group. Okay? And then the last one is your ending. Okay, it's your wrap up. I hate to say it, you've been jabbing. If you've read Gary Vaynerchuk's jab, right hook. The 2, 3, and 4, the middle ones are your jabs. Give content. Great. You don't want to be overly cheesy when you get to your last point and your ask. Now, your ask is, in some cases, hey, with us, it's, do you want to sign up for a workshop we have that we teach? Or do you want to invest with us? All right? Or here, you know, go to our website. Whatever your ask is, you have to make that very, very clear on what it is. All right? If you're a minister, you have a message, hey, come on down, take God. You know what I mean? If you're giving a tour, hey, would you like to buy the house? You know, your message, and I think a lot of people lose sight on this because they brush over their inexperiences, and everybody has to start somewhere. You know what I mean? Inexperience is great. Share it, embrace it. Talk about your failures at the beginning. Tell a little bit about who you are and why you've changed. Now, you can have a really clear finish if you provide really great content along the way. Now, what I see a lot of times people pitch the entire time, and there's no middle ground. Or they leave up, oh, well, I teach, you like to find out how this turned out? You got to sign up for my workshop along the way. That is the old way of doing things. That stuff is cheeseballish, okay? That stuff doesn't work anymore. Be yourself. Give information. Give content. Give something valuable during your middle message. And then at the end, people will be ready to sign up, ready to opt in. Hey, how do I do more? What do I do? And that's ultimately a big gift. Hey, how do I invest? How do I find more information? How do we meet for coffee? Those are the things that if you do a really good job in 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 is easy. Unfortunately, there's a lot of speakers and teachers out there, they don't get that, okay? They do a horrible job in the intro. Their middle is just overly too much details. If you've got more than 5 points on slides, or you're constantly going through too many different things, you're going to confuse your audience, and that's going to happen. Now, what I always like to do is in the middle of my message, I like to make sure and let them know when I'm transitioning. Hey, fine, fun, flip. I literally have my PowerPoint slides are a bright green that pop up differently. Okay, I always have a different story for when I transition to those. Okay. I always try to have a fun story, get people laughing at a time, whether it's the deal sample, or it's a story on a borrower, or it's me goofing up. There's a variety of things that I do to get people to understand the transition. They see that stuff. All right. I see a lot of people that spend an hour pitching and only 15 minutes of content, and that's not effective these days. Yeah, keep it simple. Stupid is exactly right, George. And that's just a great thing to have along the way with whoever you're talking, wherever you're talking about, no matter what the situation is. You know, you've heard of the 4 method. Where are you from? What do you do for fun? Or what do you do? What do you do for fun? And then your message. So you're going to be form tackling these people with content. It's a similar thing. Where are you from? Well, here's where I'm from. I know that when I'm walking in tonight to this investment club, I have real estate investors from all across the country here. Okay? They all have different experiences. And I will ask them that. Hey, what are your experiences? Who's doing what? Who's doing what? So I get a good feel for the crowd. Yeah, I have my normal slides, but I don't just throw all my words on slides. Otherwise, there's no reason for me to talk. And I see a lot of speakers that do that. They put everything on the slides, and they're just reading slides. And they get their back to the audience. Okay? My buddy Jason Cisneros is on here, and I love to crack up at a guy that we've seen speak a couple times, who all he does is name drop. Oh, I taught this person. I taught this person. I taught this person. I was there and taught Jesus how to network. And it's just, bleh. For 30 minutes, I don't need to hear about everybody that you taught and how awesome you are. You turn audiences off. Nobody wants to sign up for your stuff or network with you when you're so full of yourself. All right, be humble. Be personable. And empathize with people, because a lot of people are getting started down a different path than what you're used to, or where you're starting where you were 2, 3, 5, 10 years ago, or where you're at a month ago. And it's okay to give information. I heard a lot of speakers who say, well, I can't give that information. I can't give my slides. Why not? You want them to look at it. Not everybody makes a decision immediately. Okay? One thing you have to fill into your message is don't take offense if you don't have half the room rush to you. Some people don't make decisions as fast as you and I. All right? This is why you have to look at having really kind of a funnel to follow up with people a month. This is part of the reason we harp so much about email blasts and following up with people and really having a system to your madness to literally help people follow up with you, to stay tuned. Because people, I'll give you an example. I got a phone call this morning from a buddy investor of mine. He's got a student who's been following me for a while, wants to sign up. Well, I've known this guy speaker for a couple of years, and then his student, I've actually known him for a while. He's actually bought a couple notes from somebody and reached out for some help and some things like that. Well, you know, I'm not an ass. I say, well, you're not part of my system. you're not part of my system, so I can't help you. No. Hey, you bought a note? Great. Congratulations. That's ultimately what you want to do. Let me help you out with you. You need help? You need me to make a phone call for you? Sure, I'll make a phone call. I'll drop an email. It's not too big a deal. Okay? Bray says, I'm taking lots of videos and photos at the Disney parks for future marketing ideas. You know what? Marketing is everywhere. And I'm literally sitting across from the LAX airport, basically, up on the 15th floor. You can see the planes line up on the runway. And been walking through the hotel this morning trying to find decent internet. I've been trying to get logged on and want to log on. But there's marketing. There was a marketing when I walked outside of the in luggage last night. It's the Summer of Heroes. At a big screen with Spider-Man, Captain America, I Am Groot, and Rocket. And I was like, oh, we'll go take a photo for that. Marketing can be anywhere, Brady. You could be anywhere. But you want to make sure your marketing falls in line with your message. Okay? Superheroes. That's why we use the note heroes. That's why we use Star Wars. We use Star Trek. We try to do a little variety of things, but we just put a little bit of a note twist on it. But it also helps with our message. It helps us identify another thing that people can categorize as. It's an important facet to have in your message throughout the day. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Keep sharing what's going on and make things happen. That's why we've harped so much here over the last couple of weeks, last 2 weeks, about people using their Instagram accounts or growing it, because Instagram can work as basically your own personal magazine of what you're doing, your life, your business, whatever you want to have it make a part of. And it's really unfortunate. I see people not sharing what's going on in their life. It's really easy if people share it on Facebook. Why not just share it on Instagram too? But literally, your message is important to you, no matter what you're doing. Get your message out, share it, be personal, be enjoyable, and don't bore people to death. Don't be an ass to people too, for the most part. Well, somebody just dove in. That's great. Somebody's making a splash. That's what I'm trying to get at, everybody. Make your message, stick to your message, stick to the 5 points we talked about earlier. Have a great intro, help people identify, empathize with you, identify with the audience. If you alienate your audience right off the bat, you might as well just pack it up and go home. All right? Now, sometimes I have gone in with a purpose of kind of shaking things up a little bit, just because I know that people aren't always going to like me, and that's fine. I want the people that like me to be there. They're going to laugh and have a good time. People that have no sense of humor, or they're too dry, probably aren't going to work well with me, and that's completely fine. I know that. Once again, your message, have 3 points. Don't overkill it with 5, 10, 15 points. I have a 15 points of success. We're going to cover all 15 points. No, keep it simple. The less, the better sometimes. And then have a great wrap-up. If you do a great job with 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 is very easy. Hey, be very clear. I want you to go pull out your phones and type the word notes to phone number 7200. Okay? Or, hey, I need you to go to the back of the room, or I need you to go to this website, all right? Or I'll be around and meet with so-and-so standing up in the back there, okay? Or, go to this link, or meet me Saturday. You have to give specific instructions. Drop me an email. Here's my contact information. Very specific instructions to helping people understand your message and following through on your message. Because the last thing you want to do is, I see a lot of people talk, but nobody's listening. Okay, nobody's listening. So once again, if you're in the LA area, I will be at here tonight at 6:30 to 9:30 at the LA RIA Club. Looking forward to meeting with you guys and sharing some great stuff about note investing tonight from 6:30 to 9:30. So look forward to seeing you guys all there. Have a great Thursday, and we'll see you all at the top, everybody. Bye.